Hey guys, happy Saturday, everybody. Yeah, the pirate ship scene is coming along. It's a big project. I'm enjoying putting all that stuff in there. Last night I did that oil lamp for you, provided a reference so you can do the same one if you feel like it. And I did the telescope and I put it in the room. And I'm thinking now. I told you I would do a video on that. It's not a complicated model, as I had said, but there's a lot of parts to it, and it could potentially take a long time. I'm trying to decide if it's worth doing that for you or what. I probably will, though. I've got a couple of other things in the room now. I got some ceiling boards for some support. Move things around a little bit, scale things a little bit differently. I've got some buoys, those things that float in the water, just strewn around. I've got one on a rope, and I am toying with the idea of windows now. One room there on the left is going to have a map, I think, and maybe a globe. And I'm not sure actually where I'm going to put that, but I was thinking over there. And I'm thinking about on that front wall, right where I've got the ship's wheel right now, and I've got the shelving. After I fill up the shelving with more rum bottles and books and papers and little things, I'm thinking about some windows there that you could use the telescope. Maybe I have a couple of telescopes, I'm not sure. And then I'm starting to think, is it going to be a night scene, so I could just have an image in behind there of some stars or the moon or something like that. Or maybe I want to show a little bit of water. I don't want to put too much detail into the outside environment. I mean, most the scene is there. I'm just peeking out the window, so I have to decide if I really feel like cutting through the walls. That always makes it a little bit more difficult when you're texturing it, when you have breaks in the walls and holes, and you got to unwrap it a little bit better than just unwrap. And the other thing I'm toying with, and I do not want to commit to this, but I know it would be something cool. I see people doing full ships, all right, and I'm just doing the underground thing, and I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool to have a model of a ship in a bottle just on a stand or up on the bookcase or something like that. That would take work as well, but the model couldn't be as detailed. Just a rough ship, with some posts and some sails and stuff like that, and put it inside a bottle. Then I got to deal with transparency. Sometimes that can be an issue if I'm using EV versus cycles. This and that. So I think that would be nice. But let's put it this way. 8 more items. That's it. Just 8 more things, or 5 more things, models, and then some duplicated and strewn around. We got to call it at some point, because I did a sample texturing of the telescope, and it took me, I'm not too shy to admit it. It took me hours to unwrap it. Not using Smart UV Project. It took me a long time to unwrap it and test it and try this material and that, and then I was trying to use that stylized wood that I made for the bucket, and I was going, for just part of the barrel of that telescope, if you call it that, and I was going, I'm not sure I like this, trying some different woods. It took me a long time, and that's just the telescope. So depending on how much detail some of these other textures are going to have, how many different textures on or materials or whatever on a particular model, it's going to take a long time. So and I was still thinking about doing another couple of wood varieties in Substance Designer to see what works well, because I'm going to have the wall boards or paneling or whatever. The floor is going to be wood, and I don't know that I want to use the same stylized wood. I don't think it's going to look good. So I got a lot of work ahead of me still. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. And this is why I put the deadline, although we haven't announced a formal deadline, but late in September. It's about, what is it, the 9th of September today, or the 10th? We're in around there. I never know the exact date. And so I gotta leave myself enough time to do all the things I have to do in life, in addition to Blender. Blender is not life, although it sure seems like it is sometimes. All right. Anyways, I am really enjoying seeing what you guys are doing, your swords and anchors and ships and ocean scenes. Some people are putting a lot of work into the water and foam, and stuff like that. And I'm concentrating on the inside. I'm feeling a little claustrophobic, but I'm loving what you're doing. So keep up the great work. I think this is going to be a really cool render review when we get down to the end. And yeah, let's just keep going. Talk to you soon.